Hey, it's the Nerdy Sports Fan. We're breaking down team schedules, going game by game, calling wins and losses, and we're on to the Vikings. So, the way this works is I will definitely say some games are a certain win, some games are a certain loss. The remaining ones, because of any given Sunday rule and the wonderful amount of parity we now see in the league, are going to be in more of a toss-up category. At the end of it, we'll divide the toss-up category close to even, leaning wins or losses based off of the strength of schedule, and that's how we get our record prediction. So, for these Minnesota Vikings, let's dive into it. Week 1, you get the Packers at home, and you're going to win. So, Aaron Rodgers is going to be on fire this year. He is going to be taking his frustrations out on the league for certain. There's a problem with that, though. Last year's roster was relatively weak. Just scheduling miracles, many different factors led them to having a stronger record than what the team actually was. Now you add into that, they did not bolster the roster with the receiving talent they really needed to help Rodgers win now. No. They're transitioning this roster to try and mirror what San Francisco is doing. Problem with that, they don't have the defense. They do not have the offensive line that San Francisco does. So they have better quarterback play for certain. Aaron Rodgers is better than Jimmy G every day of the week. However, that's not enough. This is a roster in transition from one style of play to another with a pissed off quarterback. There's going to be some turmoil there. Yes, Rodgers I expect to be better than he was last season, just sheerly out of anger. But it's not going to be enough for a team that actually has everything smoothly transitioned into its final form. The Vikings have finally gotten to the point where they are the run-centric West Coast variety of offense that was the Shanahan system. And they have the perfect guy running it in Kubiak. So, yeah, I think the Vikings are well on their way to winning this division. But let's get deeper into the details. In week 2, at the Colts, you're definitely going to win that. So, yeah, Rivers should have retired. Really should have retired. If you watched any film on the guy, yeah, he had problems with the offensive line, for sure. But he only really had effective passing to the running back. So, yeah, you can't build your entire game plan on check down passes. Just can't. Okay? And the Vikings, a more complete team that actually can throw the ball downfield when they feel like it, they're going to expose a lot of problems with the theory of Rivers not necessarily being as bad as he was last year, because he was really bad. All right, so Titans, bit of a toss-up game. Titans are a strong team, but you're getting them at home. So early in the season, Henry's going to be running on fresh legs. That's going to be a problem. Okay, you've taken some lumps and lost some defensive personnel. You re-upped the defensive personnel in the draft as well, but the Titans are too good to say you're definitely going to beat them even in a home game. I'm not calling it as a certain loss, though. This is more of a toss-up. All right. At the Texans, toss-up game. The Texans are definitely weaker than the Titans are. But you're playing them on the road now. So your game plan gets a little bit more conservative. Their game plan gets a little more fun. And Deshaun Watson, man, he's a walking any given Sunday rule. I don't care if the rest of his team is the local kindergarten school. Okay, I don't care. He is phenomenal. And he can pull miracles out of his asshole and hang a W on anybody any given week. So this is a toss-up in spite of that roster being much weaker than it was. All right, at Seattle. Also a toss-up game. Different reasons. Vikings are a damn good team. Okay, they are a damn good team. And even though they're going on the road to go against a damn good team, there is no, there's only a handful of situations where I'm going to say this team cannot win this game. Okay, they are a legitimate playoff contention team, legitimate deep run playoff contention team. Okay, honestly competing with the top of the league. That's where the Vikings are right now. So yes, they're going to go into Seattle. It's going to be an extremely tough game, but you have a serious chance to win. All right, so Falcons, you're going to win. All right, the Falcons, I mean, Hot Atlanta is going to be hot garbage this year. Truly. They should have fired their coach for now 2 seasons running. So let's see if it happens halfway through the year. Isn't the league fun? Bye week in week 7. It's a little early. When you're really a playoff team, you want that bye week as late as possible. Could have been worse. Could have gotten a week 5 bye week like the Lions did. So, week 8 at the Packers, I think you're going to lose. Mostly because it's on the road. And Aaron Rodgers is going to be a strong enough force on this team that they hold serve at home. Strong quarterback play, strong leadership is what creates a home field advantage sort of atmosphere. Having a good crowd, having a tough defense. And the Packers do have all those factors. So I just think that's going to be a tough thing in the division going on the road. Packers going to be able to hold serve there. They really will. All right, Lions. You're going to win that game. You're getting them at home, first of all. And the Lions are definitely not as strong a team as the Packers are. So, yeah, the letdown that was the Packers game, you're going to take it out on Matt Stafford's Lions. All right, at the Bears. You're definitely going to win that game. The Bears have a tire fire of a quarterback room right now. Okay? Mitchell Trubisky, man, he is god-awful. All right, if it wasn't for Dwayne Haskins, Trubisky would be the worst quarterback in the damn league. And, God, knowing that they passed up on Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes to get that joker, that is just laughable. So the quarterback room problems for Chicago are going to make it so they're an easy mark for real playoff contending teams. All right, so Cowboys, you're going to win. All right, the Cowboys, they're a strong team. They're another legitimate team to contend for tops of the division. They really are. But you're getting them at home. And I do think the Mike McCarthy factor is kind of going to work in your favor. Zimmer's got a lot of experience against his offense. A lot. And Dallas wasn't necessarily strong enough to come in and hang an L on you under previous coaching regimes. And now you have a coach that you're really, really familiar with the way he likes to do things. Sure, he's got a different team around him. But I'd say he's got worse quarterback play than he was getting previously. And really only, he's got a better running back, but maybe just as good, if not a worse defense. So the familiarity that Zimmer has in coaching against a McCarthy-led team, and you're getting them at home, I think those are enough factors to say you can count on a win against the Cowboys. All right. Panthers, you're going to win. You're really going to win that game. Panthers have so many moving parts this offseason at some of the most important positions in the game right now, and too much turnover on defense. There's just too much to create any sort of cohesion. And you've got a lot of cohesion. You've got returning players that all know the offense. Sure, you traded away Stefan Diggs, and there's some defensive losses, but the defense is very easy to make gel quickly. It's positions like offensive line and receivers with their quarterback that need time. And those things you've got pretty well figured out. So your cohesion versus their chaos, you're at home, easy win. All right, Jaguars, another easy win for so many more reasons. their entire locker room situation is a train wreck in the way that the Bears quarterback room is. Nobody wants to play there. Okay? Nobody wants to play there. Doug Marrone's likely going to be canned. Should have gotten canned with Tom Coughlin. And, I mean, just Yannick Ngakoue is going to be making all sorts of awful noises until you let him go. Same with Leonard Fournette. They're just going to be cancers in that locker room, and it's going to be extremely difficult for them to be up for any game, let alone a road game against a legitimate playoff team. Yeah, no chance for the Jags to win this one. All right, at the Buccaneers, you're going to lose, okay? Tom Brady is going to put an end to your winning streak. All right, you've gone up against inferior competition for a few weeks in a row. Yes, everybody knows that you got to play up and better for a road game against a legitimate team, but there's still that letdown factor. That, man, we're riding high with all these easy wins, and then you finally play a real team again, and just sneak a punch in on you that you weren't expecting, and that's the Brady factor that's going to lead to the loss. All right, you're getting the Bears, you're getting them at home, and you're getting a W. Just by now, Nick Foles will be playing, though. So you're going to get 2 wins against the Bears with different quarterbacks starting for them. That'll be fun to watch, right? At the Saints. I'm making this a toss-up game. I'm being generous with that, okay? The Saints are a damn team of destiny this year, okay? They've got one of the absolute best rosters in the league. You could make an argument that is the best roster in the league for the Saints. They've got a Super Bowl winning head coach, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Mickey Loomis does absolute witchcraft with that freaking salary cap. No clue how he's got this stacked roster held together. But you've been able to beat them in the playoffs. Okay? When it comes down to it, in real games that really matter, Vikings have been able to take it to him. You got to give it to Zimmer. He knows what to do against really dynamic offenses, as long as the quarterback stands still, which Drew Brees really does. I mean, he doesn't have the legs he used to. So I think that Zimmer will have enough answers for that team that even going on the road, you have still a chance to beat them. And at the Lions in Week 17, I'm putting this in the toss-up category for the simple factor that you might not actually be starting everybody. So playoff positioning, it can be a little bit weird. And the middle rung playoff teams, there's a lot of times where, win or loss isn't going to matter for you. You're in the position you're in. And there's potential for that in Week 17 for these Vikings. Now, if you've been paying attention, the games that I think are an absolute lock, you're 9-2. So now take the remaining games, split them towards the middle, and making adjustments for strength of schedule. I think the likely record of this season, this team at the end of the season, is 11-5. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what games you think are just locks, one way or the other. This record, by the way, has the Vikings as the NFC North division winner. So you can hang your head on that. You're going to be hosting the wild card round. I don't see it as a strong enough record to get a bye week, but it's still going to be good for that home cooking for that first week of the playoffs. Anyways, hit me up on Patreon. Come fantasy football season popping up soon. I will be there for any advice you need for draft order and sit-start recommendations for setting your lineup week to week. And I'm separating all of the video game content and other extra nerdy content to a separate channel, the Nerd Sports Fan. I know, creative, right? So hit up that YouTube as well as the Twitch, where I will be doing all of my game streaming. Thanks for watching, guys.